Hello, everyone. This is Grand Madam. Today is Scuttlebutt Live. I want to do this quickie moment of breathing because I think it will benefit us, bring us down to our medium or down to our core, ground us a bit. And I've got to do this quickly. I'm not going to be on long, folks, because I'm losing my voice. It's the allergies again. So we're going to breathe in through our nose to the count of 5. Hold it for the count of 5 and exhale to the count of 5. We're doing it this way because I want us to go deep today in our calmness and stay that way. Okay, so let's begin breathing in. Hold it. Exhale through the mouth. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale through the mouth. Slowly. Last time, breathe in. Hold it. Exhale through the mouth. Okay. Hello. Hey, Kamoyo. Hey, Jalinda. Would you like for me to go over the breathing thing? I did it 3 times to the count of 5. Hey, TT. We can do it again. Breathing in through the nose to the count of 5. Holding it to the count of 5. Exhaling through the mouth to the count of 5. If you can't tell, I'm losing my voice. Okay. It's just allergies, but it can be a nuisance sometimes. So let's ground ourselves. Let's ground ourselves so that we can have a good day today and a good reading. All right, let's breathe in through the nose to the count of 5. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. Last time, ignore the dogs. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Okay. Back to normal breathing. That'll help us kind of regulate our day and this reading. I call this Scuttlebutt Live because I'm talking scuttlebutt for a bit. Did you hear? Did you hear? Our Secretary of Defense, Pete Hexpath, Pete. He's putting a makeup room in his office. Well, he's adding a makeup room with taxpayer dollars. He feels that he needs a makeup room so that when he makes public appearances, he can be made up. What do you think of that? I wonder what the Joint Chiefs of Staff think of the makeup room? I had a feeling I expected him to wear makeup because he was the TV announcer. I didn't expect him to continue to wear makeup since he was Secretary of Defense. Ah, hello, good morning, TT, Janelle's Beth, Rose, Janet Jackson. How are you this morning? This afternoon now, it's 12:07. He's a peacock. Definitely. He is definitely a peacock. Yeah, with a wife and children. Is he a Leo? Oh, yeah. I've seen 47. Have you seen JD's eyeliner? At 47, I didn't realize well, we know he had wig, There's a guy on TikTok that calls him Wig, 47 Wig. And when he talks about Wig, that's what and Wig did. And I died laughing at him. Um, uh, well, JD Vance, let me know if you can't hear me because it's a challenge right about now, speaking my usual voice. JD Vance made the statement I saw last night. I don't know what news station it was on or what news story, talking to Russia and the Ukraine, and said, if you don't come to some kind of agreement or negotiation now, the U.S. is pulling out of the negotiations. That's something I felt was coming. And I felt that it was coming because after this last bout with President Zelensky, it was perfectly clear when he went to Europe that, good afternoon, Michael, Wig or 47 was not going to get what he expected from Zelensky. And that was fine with Zelensky. But eventually, hey, Jetta, the U.S. was going to be pulling out. I want to see this morning. Let me put you over here. Pretty much what to expect if or when. What happens if the U.S. pulls out of the Russia-Ukraine? What do I call it? I hear the word conflict, but they are going at these days. Conflicts are like major wars. What can the United States expect? What does the United States gain if they continue the fight? Let's take a look. The Empress is going to be Mother Russia. Ukraine, I'm not sure which card let's program it. Let's program Temperance as Ukraine. Okay. So when you see the Empress, it's going to be Russia, symbolizing Russia, and Temperance is going to be symbolizing the Ukraine. What can be expected if the U.S. pulls out of the Russia-Ukraine war? The conflict. Spirit keeps calling it a conflict. No, too many people have died for a conflict. I think it's a straight up war. What can be expected? What can the U.S. expect? What will the U.S. gain or not gain? Yeah. I think I'll do 3 lines of 7 on that one. That's a little complicated. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. You pull your little, Pootie. What? After the Pope, is it? Oh, yeah. Now that the Pope has gone. All right. So somebody laid down the law. This very well may be J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is talking about withdrawal. That's the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is a person withdrawing from the situation. So it looks like the United States is already withdrawn from the situation. No more money. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't over there for healthy or good cause in the first place. It was a business maneuver to be over there. The spirit of our, this is my card, but this lately, this Queen of Pentacles has been coming up as the spirit of Ahriman, the spirit of materialism, money, assets, and especially with her like this. Okay, the spirit of materialism, working, Eight of Pentacles. This was the whole purpose for the United States. And how in the world, it was all about money. I know it's about money. Well, let's just two more cards need to be laid down. Okay, this could be fearless leader and manipulation. 5, fearless leader. So, the United States involved itself with Ukraine-Russian war so that it could make money off of, well, what did he say he wanted? 47 wanted. We wanted 50% of the mineral rights to the Ukrainian territories and in the Ukrainian territories. Good afternoon, Cookie. Cat, hey. Hello, Angie Bell. And now that's completely off the table. So the United States is ready to pull out. All right, let's look at the next line. So this is some kind of offer. This is the Knight of Cups. This is a Fool. Now, this Fool could be a new beginning or it could be a foolish offer. Let's see what the third card says. Distribution. 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. It's talking about how the manipulate. Oh, look what happened. The law has some type of need for balance, need for compliance has gotten involved. Oh, let me keep putting some of these down. Let's just. Basically, what this is, the last 3 cards in this line, talks about moving forward, but holding your own, keeping what you have. And I do believe that's what Zelensky's doing, keeping what he has and moving forward, but moving in a different direction, moving towards a different King of Pentacles or King of Pentacles energy. Because, they are Russian oligarchs. I'm quite sure they're Ukrainian oligarchs. He could get his money from somewhere else to support his cause. 7 of Cups has opportunities. And don't forget, Europe decided or has agreed to back him. And here's the Judgment card, the decision. Didn't I just say the decided? That's what it is. Decision has been made. So now Zelensky no longer needs the United States. And so the United States can be cut off now. This is the Queen of Swords, and she has legally cut off or what, strategically cut. The sword is up and ready to come down. That was interesting. New seeds have been planted elsewhere. This is for Ukraine. Okay, here's conflict. Now, what's going on with this? What about the conflict? trying to make this one card lay down. Oh, wow. Conflict. Well, this is what Van says. The conflict ends, and look at this. This is interesting. Because what this is saying is that the conflict ends with Ukraine. Ukraine has ended the conflict. Now that's interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. That's the people. Which people? Not sure yet. I don't even see the Empress hasn't showed up yet. That would be Russia. The people were at an impasse. They felt they were going back and forth with the United States and attaining nothing. And they also believed that the United States was making moves behind their backs. And to have victory, they needed to go elsewhere. Well, Zelensky needed to go elsewhere. And it worked. It worked. So now it's like, I'll say this Vance has, that's not an olive branch. This is the Page of Cups kind of stuff. Make an offer. Like, but it's a BS offer. Like, if you don't come to a negotiation, we're pulling out. So they've offered to pull out. And that's exactly what is going to help Ukraine win. I still feel that Ukraine has pulled out already. It just hasn't been in the news. Has anybody heard anything like that? My energy, oh, you can tell, Allison. It's spiraling. It's spiraling. I had about a couple days ago, it's the allergies. And I did something ate something I had no business eating, and it triggered an asthma attack. And I've been like ever since. Okay. Yeah. Don't tell anybody though. I knew better. I should have known better, but I hadn't connected it at that time like I connect now. I have to lay off the junk food. Chocolate chip cookies. The paramedics laughed their asses off at me as they fed me the oxygen. They told cookie jokes. But I felt better. When I could laugh, I was fine. The United States is going to feel stupid. They're going to regret doing that, playing games with Russia. Now they're going to feel, the United States is going to feel that it has been outfoxed. Well, it has been outfoxed and left behind. So now, let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see what happens. Because the United States thinks it's like, well, Vance feels that it's going to leave Zelensky on his own. So leave him on his own and have him stuck and hung out to dry when all of a sudden something happens. Remember, oh, look at this. Hold on a second. And it is associated with the death of the Pope, with the church being in kind of disrepair right about now. No, it's not in disrepair. It's just upset for right now. It needs a new leader. Looking at this, Ukraine is going to be fine. And what I truly believe is that the United States is going to get a surprise, another shock. And I do believe the shock is going to be how do I put this? The influence of Pope Francis, how it even impacted Ukraine. And there are more supporters for the Ukraine cause now than there were before because the Pope threw in, his piece, his side. And now that he has passed on, it is it's almost like it's sealed in blood. It really is. And here we have the world coming in to support, look at that money coming in to support Zelensky in Ukraine. Okay. And now, as I said before, he steps away and just resigns from dealing with the United States. This is going to really put Zelensky up top too. He's going to be seen as the star. He's going to be making new partnerships. He is emboldened now. Ukraine is emboldened now to move forward. And things will be happening for the benefit of Ukraine quickly. Very, very quickly. Whole new passionate beginnings. So that was interesting. That was really interesting because basically J.D. Vance sounded like a threat. If you two kids don't stop, you're not going to McDonald's. That's what it sounds like, okay? But no, I think they knew already. I think they already knew. They've already known that Ukraine has moved in another direction because of the Pope's influence. He now has other supporters to help him out and pull money in now that the Pope has passed on. Everyone knows where the Pope stood. This Pope was for the underdog. And it's like whatever the Pope was championing at the time or even supported at the time, it has now been sealed with his blood. And thus saith the Lord, it is done. It is done. It's almost as though, and remember when I said the other day that when the Pope passed, it's like the energy just escaped the body and just blanketed the earth. That's like a giant spell being cast or a giant blessing being received, being given to the earth. That's what I'm feeling with that. Okay. Any other questions? So that was the Pope. That was the Scuttlebutt. J.D. Vance talking smack to Russia and the Ukraine, but basically that was aimed at the Ukraine. And the Pope. Speaking of which, there is Scuttlebutt, more Scuttlebutt, with the Catholic Church, with the Council of Cardinals. There is a concern that, Pope Francis was about as liberal as the popes can get. Well, behind him, there's a slew of ultra conservative. I don't know what you call them. Are they bishops or are they cardinals? Those in line for the papacy. And excuse me, one of them is African. I don't know what country he's from. I forgot. No, I never knew. But this fella is Cardinal Pisabella. I don't know. Stop. This guy is so conservative. He scares the hell out the Catholics. Okay. And the concern is that more Catholics will leave the church. This guy is so conservative that he says, as far as he's concerned, for Catholics to marry a second time after a divorce is nothing more than institutionalized adultery. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, Your Eminence, you have never been married. What do you know? God, no Clarence Thomas. No, that's a Clarence Thomas override. Like, oh, he's worse. that's what he believes in, and let's just see. They also say this is the last pope. Now we know that a decision has to be made by the cardinals. White smoke, black smoke. Let's just see. What should we question? Let's just ask, will the church have what happens to the Catholic Church? What's next for the Catholic Church? The Roman Catholic Church. He's nuts. That's what I said, Rose. Your Eminence, you have never been married. Or you would know. What's next for the Catholic Church? Who rules next? And that's going to be a line too. Boy. I am so glad to see you folks. I'm just so sorry. My energy level is like dropping. Allison knows, doesn't she? Oh, yeah, that's another statement. I talked about that yesterday. How after J.D. Vance left the Pope passed away. So that was his final word on whatever J.D. Vance had to say. Like, oh, no, I didn't. Not that other thing. No. What's next for the Catholic Church? The Roman Catholic Church. What's next for the Roman Catholic Church? One more. I just like the sound of the flipping of the cards here. Yes. All right. Let's see. Wait a minute. What's going on? Something going on in the kitchen. What's going on in that kitchen? Whatever you're doing, I want some. Oh my goodness, this is the Six of Cups, folks. It looks like they're going to return to the older ways, going back to the old ways. Page of Pentacles. This is a message that's going to deal with the physical, money, assets, materialism. What else? Here comes a new memo. And the Priestess. Let's see. Let me lay down some more cards here. I'll pick them up to show them to you. I need a complete sentence this time because things are getting weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There is a definite concern over the children. There's a concern of past history with the children and the church, those court cases. And there is a definite conflict with women in the church and women in power in the church. So we're talking constituents and we're talking people in the system itself. They're hiding some kind of a secret what? We'll keep going. Definite conflict. So these are the issues that they're going to be looking at before they make their papal selection here. Okay. You have the Hermit. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of prayer, world prayers, thank you. But there's going to be a lot of internal prayer before those, and meditation to make that's if you're going to do it right. The Cardinals, the College of Cardinals, the committee is going to go into their prayers, go into their meditations, and search their souls to select the appropriate person for the position. Then there are those who paid for it. 5. Well, what we're looking at here, there is a I don't know what's going on in the church. I've been to the church in 50 years, but there seems to be some type of power play between the women in the church. I'm talking about the congregation, not the nuns. Um, and it looks to me like there is a. Then again, it could be the nuns because here we have a vow of poverty. Let me put these over here. Nope, they're gonna fall over here. We have the vow of poverty. We have the devil, which is even coming down harder on the women of the church. Okay. Agreements that were promised or I guess to be made. Uh, there seems to be some type of maybe this is what it is. Maybe I mean they had some restrictions on women that were well, the nuns couldn't be anything other than nuns. But lay people. I forgot about the lay people. I forgot about the lay people in the church. There you do have some leeway. You can move a little forward. You can move up. Uh, you're not like a priest or anything, but they have. You can't give communion, but you can do a sermon, and it looks like those agreements are coming through as a woman in some places. In some places, remember the Catholic Church is global. So they'll have some women behind the pulpit and doing other things. If not, they're not going to have any women left in the church. They know this. They know this. Their whole thing, this whole vow of poverty and trying to keep, they don't like wealthy women. They don't. They don't. And I guess that's the patriarchal piece with the church. I have to really take very great care about what I say because I have some theories. I do. And looking at these cards, I didn't need to see them because they're bringing them right on out. Okay, moving right along. Let's go with the next line. So the issues that are going to definitely come up are they going to select this pope who is going to be open to what these women are doing, or are they going to be selecting a pope who is going to further restrict what promotions or elevation the lay women have had in the church? And what about the nuns? So what's about the women are going to be a great issue here. Your matriarchal society. Yeah, it is a matriarchal society. The Pope, I just heard I heard it been said that the Pope was supposed to have been female anyway. Okay, here we have, it's going to be a big mess. It's going to be passion. It's going to be some strong feelings behind the decision once it's made. And there's going to be some strong feelings about the women too. Oh, look. And here we have the sun to really fuel it. I can't wait to see what's next. Oh, look, major change, major change. So maybe they are going to allow some women. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if the women are on the bottom, this would be a way for them to come up now. This will be a time for them to start coming up. Ten of Swords, to come up. Mhm. To come up. An offer is going to be made. And it looks like it's okay. Here's the congregation making an offer to the congregation that they're going to like. 10 of Cups. So we have two tens, but this is two tens usually mean the ending of something. Let me put it down, put down another line here. Okay. At first, there's confusion as usual. A lot of worry and anxiety, a lot of talk, a lot of self imprisoning or self defeating conversations regarding this new direction they're going to be taking. Oh, I said anxiety. There it is. But they're going to be planting new seeds of love. This might, maybe, Pope Francis, some people are going to be leaving the church. Um, mm. And here we have the moon. The moon is also what? This delusion. It's mysticism, it's intuition, and it sits right on top of the feminine. Maybe Pope Francis's passing has blessed the congregations, the world congregations, with a whole new energy. The new energy. Moon powered, lunar, female. There's going to be a balance. After a while, there's going to be a balance with the church. They are going to allow more women positions. Look at that. There it is. I don't know when. I don't know if it's like the next 100 years, but the seeds have been planted in the Catholic Church. The women will rise to the levels where they should be now. Wow. And a lot of people are in their feelings about that. They don't like that. And it's going to be something new, a new direction. They're going to be instilling some, I don't know what they're going to be, the new policy changes. That's all I can tell you. Yeah. This is more than likely, the change after the death. Well, that could be Pope Francis' influence also, because he reminds me of a King of Cups. Mm-hmm. Yeah, these changes are going to be major. I wonder if they're going to be delayed. Choices, and they're going to be global. Oh, see. Okay, I caught it in time. This is going to be interesting. This is really going to be interesting. And that, I don't know how, well, they know how they're going to do it. Yeah, look, some things are going to have to be done in secret. But once the changes are made, the changes are made. Look at this. I have the king out. Okay. I don't know how. To me, this looks like dogma and doctrine about to be laid to rest. With the king and queen as symbolism. We have the king as the doctrine, I guess, and the queen would be the dogma and doctrine. Or this whole conflict between male and female laid to rest in the Catholic Church. Wow, I didn't know I would live to see that. Mm-hmm. Right now, though, everything is up in the air, of course. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. It is going to take time to recover. Nine of Wands. Yes, and the new Pope will be seriously overburdened with his new change. But there will be cause for celebration. There will be cause for celebration and contentment. Some people will resign themselves to contentment. People will be happy about it. Well, the women will be happy about it. The men will hold on to what they have. The changes will be implemented immediately. Wow. The truth will be revealed. Oh, I got to start. I got to get my Catholic subscriptions back. I got to see what's going on here. This is fascinating. This is truly, truly fascinating. There will be some people will be stuck, but there will be a healing taking place in the church, a massive healing. It's going to be a stop for a minute, full stop, and that it's almost like it's going to be a sleep, but it's during the sleep when the healing takes place. There will be some, yeah, and see. Remember a few years ago, they apologized for calling Mary Magdalene a whore for 3,000 years. It was really 2,000 years. You know what I mean? And it's going to be the same thing here. Now you're regretting. Now you're seeing where the spiritual power really lies. And you're going to feel like a class ass fool. Some people might leave anyway. But the manipulation has been ended. This is, oh yeah, look, it's King of, this is bottom of the deck. I'm sorry. Knight of Pentacles. The stoppage. This is wow. They're gonna let the women have a position in the church worldwide. Oh hell, and I mean that's a hell of a position too. I just wondered if is it possible for the Pope to become female now? A spirit is it? Are they planning on a female Pope? We're not going to get it this trip. They're setting it up so that eventually this will get the church out of the hole. Will be a female Pope. Spirit says, and that will be the last Pope. That's interesting. I didn't expect all of this. Does anybody have any questions about this? Let me pick these cards up. That was interesting. I never expected that from the church, not the Catholic Church. But it looks like they are going to clear the way, and it's not going to be reluctant either. I mean, they're going to be some priests are going to be bishops and cardinals are going to be kicking and screaming. But see, the cardinals are more political. The bishops are more. They are too. They are too, and the monsignors they are too. But they're not going to kick and scream too much. And I find that quite interesting. Okay, now let's see what's going on here. Let me get my live chat going. I'll put my feet up. Oh, goodness. I need some room here. Give me a second. Okay. Yeah. I'll put my feet up. And let's talk about whatever it is. Oh, good gracious. Okay. And I'm wearing the wrong glasses to read. All right, Jolynn. Hi, hello, peace and love, dear. Good morning, beloved. Okay. TT, good morning. Hello, Janelle, Rose, Jackson. Miss Jackson, if you're nasty. The line, yeah, that was funny. Wow, line AM. Are you in Cali? You on the western side, Rose? Good morning, then. It's lunchtime for me. Yeah, yes, Rose. I saw the eyeliner. I said he wears more than me right now. I hate eyeliner in the spring because of my allergies. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Pearson. How are you? Jetta? U.S. has been screwed. Oh, yeah, has been screwed. Has been, but wait a minute. Yeah. Let me see. The U.S. Say that again, Rose. The U.S. has been screwed. Oh, has been screwed, Ukraine, by the lies and supporting. Pootie yeah. Excuse me. Hello, Lynn Youngbuck. Good morning. It's still morning over there in Illinois. Yes, it is. After the Pope, is it? What do you mean? Is it Trump or Putin? I don't understand. God bless the Pope. I don't understand the question, Rose. Okay. And cats here too. I have two cats. I have K. Well, both of them are KAT, but one has periods after each letter, and one does not. There's Cookie. Hi, Nellie. Yes. And Allison. Yes, it is. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, they did play both sides. Yeah. What about the threat to Burkina Faso's Captain Traore? Oh, yeah. Let me look into that. Captain Traore. Captain Traore. I'm like, where did that young man come from? He just blew up and blew in. There's always going to be a threat. They don't like him. They don't want him there. They can't control him. So he is. They had another death threat, not a death threat, but an attempt. Did you hear it was $5 million? They had tried to bribe one of his guards to poison him, and the man turned. I don't know if it was a man or woman, but usually I see a lot of men around him. So the man turned down the $5 million and told him about it. Captain Traore. Captain Traore Ibrahim. Captain Traore. Let's look at him. Is he gonna be okay? Is he safe? Is Burkina Faso safe? Now, which would he be? I see him as a king of swords as well as a king of wands. Let me see what his birthday is. Okay. Where did I put it? Okay. Ibrahim Traore. Okay. Let's see if I was right. Yes. Oh my God, he's a baby. He's 37 years old. He's a few years younger than my daughter. And he was born March 14th. I don't know what time. I would say he is about 6 days, 6 to 7. He's 1 week away from Aries. So that would tell me he very easily may have some Aries in his chart. But he's definitely a Pisces. He's the Omega and the Alpha. Wow. No.
Oh, I was saying, I had 2 family cake plates.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Just keep them warm. I'll be there in a minute. I appreciate lunch. Okay. Things happening quickly. Here's the King of Pentacles. And here's the Emperor crossing him. So we have oligarchs are trying to make moves. They're trying to take him out. They're trying to take his power, but they can't do it. His power is too great. You have Temperance here. They slow walk. They think they can, they slow walked him down, so they thought. They studied him. They were going to be patient to see what he was doing. And then they would try to find out his weakness. They offered him money. He didn't want it. They got out of Dodge. These are the oligarchs. Well, they were asked to leave more than likely. Okay. So now there's been this is the Six of Pentacles, redistribution of power, redistribution of funds. You know, he's taking the land and putting it in a national trust so that people can have land. His impact is how the world sees him right about now. Now we have, there's some turmoil going on, probably because of that assassination attempt that last one, but he always gets death threats. This is about the fifth assassination attempt, isn't it? For some reason, he survives. He recovers. His mental health is strong. There's a blockage there. There's a sense of control there. Also, he thinks like a Capricorn. Organize everything. He's a micromanager. Here's Lilith. Let's see what happens here. And here we have the contentment and support of the people. Give me a second. I want to know what the Queen of Wands has popped up to do. Because, and I'm saying that because now recently you have seen his wife, his little wife. He's bringing her out into the public. What's beneath it? Queen of Wands, what's beneath this here? We're talking about Ibrahim Traore. What is behind this? Who is this Queen of Wands? And what is the Queen of Wands? What is the Queen of Wands? What is the Queen of Wands? Uh-oh! Lipstick stains. What else? Burning evidence. Yeah, they even tried the old, what do you call it? The honey pot? What does they call it? Yeah, the honey pot move with him. Wow. They even sent in a femme fatale. Wow, what happened with the... Okay. What is this? And I see fake apology. Fake apology. So I think that situation has been squashed, which is why he is bringing his wife out to show I'm still with... Oh, I have my wife. My wife supports me. Not interested in your honeypots. And at the bottom of the deck, it shows he has what? Emotional intelligence. I just had to check that out. Game over. So your honeypot didn't even work on me. Go ahead. Ibrahim. Okay. We put this over here. I'm glad those salmon cakes smell good. What did you... Oh, here they are, right here. Looking for the cards. That's interesting. So his mental challenge is dealing with other foreign issues, foreign people, outsiders. That's his mental challenge. That's the mental challenge of Burkina Faso. They have to get the foreign interests out. The emotional challenge, bringing the people together happily, and that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. The outcome, he's doing King of Swords. This is him. So he's going to be ruling. He's going to be a taskmaster right about now. Now is not the time for anybody to go to him with anything stupid. And I mean it. Because you might end up in a prison with a life sentence because you said the wrong thing. Not jokingly, that kind of thing. But he is on the money. He is on time. He is as safe as he can be. But now is his time, Spirit says. He is protected. That's it. That's it. Now I can't. Okay. How is this? It's just one of many threats, and he has succumbed. He has surpassed them. Could he launch more strikes now? Yeah. Cheeto does look stupid. He looks like a first you say you will, then you say you won't. Then you say you do, then you say you don't. That's what you call him, the Cheeto. That's Wig, the Cheeto 47. That's what he looks like. You think about what he is. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Hello, Charlotte Pastor Caldwell. How are you this day? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Allison says Vance plus Pope leaving here. God. Plus Felon 45, plus Canada's election, plus Harris out for Easter. Okay. Okay. A lot going on. Janet Jackson has a question. Is it possible that Shannon was set up because of his internet tell-all? No, he was internet tell-all interview with Cat Williams stepping on Hollywood secrets too. It could be Janet Jackson. I think he's just dumb. I hate to say that, but I'm dead serious when I say, and I've been around people, and I was told by these people. I watched them. I worked. If you've ever heard of the spook who sat by the door, that book back in the 70s, that was me. Not with the federal government, in corporate America. Okay? Okay. I worked in the legal department. So the presidents and the execs would come by me to go see the lawyers that I worked for. Um, and I worked for the head of the departments. And they would get to talking. Sometimes I had to go up to the crystal floor to develop, to deliver contracts and things like that. And while I waited to see them, they would be talking, the execs, and I learned. I will never forget this one CEO. He was ready to retire, but he said, I told that young man, all he needs is one wife. If you're going to make it in this world, if you're going to be somebody in this business, you need one wife, not a bunch of girlfriends, one wife, and you stick with her. And I said, okay, that's one thing. And then I watched some officers do some stupid things with women, and some of those officers were women, only for the president himself to have to, I'm talking about the corporation, to come down and said, look, you being a damn fool, go back to your wife and leave that woman alone. So, because weird things started to happen in the office, and it got back to the president, and they did not like that. That is very disruptive. And Shannon Sharp is learning that he thinks that he can, folks. Okay, look, when you are making a certain amount of money, your values, your morals, even, no, I'm not even giving the church 2 cents credit, because the higher your money goes, the loftier the society you're a part of is. Now, I don't care what you hear about what they do in the news. It is expected of you to acquire their ways of doing things, acquire the type of people they will accept. That's like that country club thing. Okay? You don't go walking around here when you have $100 million. Why are you catching the bus? You own the bus company, unless you're trying to test it out, if you're a hands-on kind of person. You have no business even in the company of certain folks. And this guy, I think I saw it. I was watching YouTube the other night, and even lead attorney talks about this. He said, when you have money like that, you don't date the girl down, what was it, at Foot Locker. You don't date the clerk at Foot Locker like Tiger Williams did. The Foot Locker and the they like to pull in waitresses at fast food joints. You don't do that unless you want trouble. That is trouble because folks who are working at McDonald's, at Foot Locker, do not have the same sensibilities. They don't have the mindset that somebody who's in the $100 million bracket has. They don't have the mindset as somebody who's making 50,000 a year. They don't have the mindset, and the person who's making 50,000 a year does not have the mindset of the person who's making 50,000 a month, who does not have the mindset or the behaviors of somebody who's making 50 million. And when you cross those lines, yeah, we're talking about class in America. That's exactly what it is. Different classes have different beliefs, have different behaviors. What Shannon Sharp did, he dropped so low, he dropped down to the $15 a month sex worker. Now maybe she makes 150,000 a year. But her behavior is not that of a woman who would be involved with someone who's worth 100 million. Example, Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos. She carries it totally differently. Okay? You don't ever expect a lawsuit from Lauren Sanchez like this lawsuit that Shannon Sharp is getting hit with him, and he's in the middle of one already from a previous engagement. And lady, they're going to get you. You're a target. I've known people who have left the neighborhood because their money grew to the point where now they can go out in the burbs and buy the big old mansion. But we noticed that on the weekends they always coming back down to North and Greenmount, Pennsylvania Avenue. Now it's one thing if Mama still lives down there, but if you're out there in the big house, why is your mama still living down here in the old house? Why is your mom still in the projects? Because what happens, and this happened to some people I know, Big Papa came down one weekend and he was gunned down in the street at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, broad daylight. Who did it? Why they do it? Was anything taken other than his life? We don't know. Never knew. And that's what I'm talking about. You have people who are jealous of you, jealous of your success, and who feel that they have the right to, they're entitled to it or part of it because they're sleeping with you or because they know you. So they could have been mad with him, Janet, the Hollywood secret types, because of his interview with Cat Williams. I think he was just being a stupid man with a lot of money. A fool and his money are easily parted. And he just got the contract for 100 million and she's coming for what, 50 million? That is so easy peasy. And guess what, dear? She might get it because he was dead wrong. And that's another thing. He doesn't have a moral high ground. That's another problem. Now he's going to court with people who probably are going to have the ways and the beliefs of someone who's making maybe 250,000 a year. Now he's got to convince, or his lawyer has to convince them that this guy who's worth 100 million was in the right with this person who was worth maybe 100,000, maybe not that, maybe 70, depending upon how good she was and how long she was on OnlyFans. Let's say 70,000. And the fact of the matter that he met her when she was 19. And yes, that means that her brain hadn't even completely come together, developed. The amygdala, that's the decision making part of the brain, was not completely developed. But she's older now, and the brain's coming together. But I do believe that people say, "Well, she was old enough to call the lawyer." No, she didn't call that lawyer. That lawyer called her. And it's interesting that it was Busby and not Gloria Allred. There had been some, well, and they like kinky sex. So 2 years of kinky sex with this fool. Like I said, it's best for him to just pay up real quietly and go on about his business and do like Monique said, find himself a big fat chocolate girl who can love him the way he needs to be. But see, he don't like that. So he's going to have to be really hurt to come to his senses. So no, I don't think. I mean, it could. No, that's not. It's a shakedown. Most definitely, it's a shakedown. But it could be a shakedown. It's a wake up call, Janet. It's a wake up call for so many reasons. So many reasons. 100 million reasons. Well, 50 million. Because one woman wants 50 million. I don't know how much the other one wants. Her case is pending. It was filed in 2023 for the same stuff. Same stuff. Okay, now all the nations have lost trust in America. They really have. I've lost trust in America, but I know how cycles work. So I'm just waiting for that thing to hit. When it hits bottom, then it flips again. Who's that? Oh, no, nah, Rose. I'm not answering that question. Nope. I have no idea. And there are too many variables. I don't know. I don't even want to. Cardinal Pizza Bell. Okay, moving. Cardinal Clarence Thomas, worse than, yes. That's the one. The one that looks like Desmond Tutu. Allison is the one who believes that getting married a second time is institutionalized adultery. Okay, that's the one. Pope Trump. Oh. Oh, Barbara Bias says, what is these black type? Whoops, tag on, finger too fast. Oh, wait, why do these type of black people have to take these right thinking concepts over the top to score brownie points and to get paid? Trump will pay you. He don't care what color you are. You do what he told you to do, you're going to get paid well. Yeah, he pays well when he has the money. I couldn't get married in church because my husband was married before. That sounds Catholic. Yeah, the nun. Yeah. No, I married a former altar boy who was divorced. My dumbness. 80 were chosen by Frank. Ooh. Okay, so there's the 80-20 rule going. Oh, I'm expecting. I don't. Okay. Pendulum. Allison wants to know, out of the College of Cardinals to select the new pope, will the next pope be a liberal pope? Will the next pope be a liberal pope? No. See, that's also the cycle. We've had a liberal pope, so now it's time to put in the conservative one. So that means the next pope is going to be conservative. Okay. Oops. Okay. And why do I have these glasses still on? Okay, I'm reading. Praying for the best church leaders. Pray for, yeah. Intend for the best church leaders. Pray for the best church leaders. Chant for the best church leaders. You know you don't, Camoyo. Maybe you do, but I don't. Not talking that crap. Jenna said, what the? The rise of the feminine divine. Yes, it is. And Charlie Pascal says, I'm not surprised. Okay. They do, but that's about that whole priests and nuns not allowed to be married. All that is about is property and money. hmm They turn their assets over to the church. Of course, they like wealthy men. So do I sometimes. Yeah, it will. Once it is, the matriarchal society has got to. That's. I'm not sure I'll be around when that finally becomes cohesive. I'm really not sure, but it will. That's a new cycle, but it's not going to be matriarchal the way it was before. It's going to be a blend. They're going to have to learn to balance with the male and come together. Yeah, because yeah. hmm That's the way it's supposed to be there. What did there is a Shaolin priest, Shaolin monk, Shen Shihen. I can't remember his last name, but Shihen said yin and yang always, yin and yang are forever. They're always. That is a concept. In reality, there's creation. Yin and yang is creation. So all this yang creating is creating just trouble and chaos. So it's got to balance off with the yin. It will balance. It will have to. It's going to be total destruction otherwise. Front and center. Yeah, to balance. Hey, Colleen, you're fine. You're right on time, dear. Okay. Hi, Steve. How are you? Okay. Feminine energy is rising. Yeah, the higher vibrations are coming in. Hello, Giovanna. Yes, it will. It will be. Giovanna says a lot of the current cardinals are over 80, which is the cutoff for voting. Be interesting who they choose as they are aging out rapidly. Yeah, it would be. Rose says she was a good woman. Who? Whoa, wait a minute. I hit that button again. I let my finger rest. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, boy. Hola, Yogi. Now, where was I? Oh, boy. Oh, we're. Oh, my goodness. Don't know where. Okay, keep going. Oh, Mom 3 is here. Hey, Mom. Mom made it in here. That's what it feels like. Okay, let me get. That's what the energy is clearing it. Oops, wrong finger, wrong button. Okay, all right. Okay, okay. I said hello to Steve. We're talking about the need for higher vibrations. Yeah, the feminine will balance it out. The higher vibrations are hitting. The planets are shooting them down there anyway. So we just have to be quiet enough to receive them and cleansed enough to be able to apply them. Yeah, it's clearing away. Who's Melanie? I heard Melanie is going to the funeral. Oh, you mean Melania or someone? Probably. That's the. Welcome to the Matrix, Steve. Yeah, that's. I'm not surprised. And then say it, and then probably show a tag, show a price tag. Hey, Charlene. Yeah, yeah. What is about the? What is it about the U.S. ships in China coastline? They probably getting ready to get hit, but that's probably what's getting. They know to be. They stay out of range. Stay out of rocket range. Oh, thank you. Yes, hit the like button, everyone. Seattle, Washington. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Friday Eve, y'all stop. Y'all, I'm losing days and everything else. No, I didn't see the conclave. Remind me too much of the church. Oh boy. Oh, the death cycles have begun. Well, we will see. Yeah, the Pope. Who else? It's another one. You see, this is around the world. This is around the world. We will see. I don't. I would not want Netanyahu or 45 or Netanyahu to get away that easily. No, you stick around here and take your lumps. Mm-mm. Talking about Ray and his birthday. Okay. Hello, Ifadayo. Mr. Maybelline. Talking about JD. Okay. Yes. Yep. Turn that money down. Hi, Jaconda. Okay. Ladenia, hello. Hi, Martha. Oh, girl, I am waiting and hoping and hoping and waiting. I have no pendulum. Oh God, what have I done with the pen? Oh, it's right here. Will Trump? Not Trump. It's not Trump. Trump's not gonna get arrested by the ICC, but is Netanyahu coming? Will they snatch up Netanyahu at the Pope's? No. Okay. No, they that international court. He has to be tried in the international court first. I know. I'm still waiting. Um, yeah, he's got a lot of he's got a lot of Capricorn ways. He is a micromanager. Talking about Troy there. Yes, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Great One. Always, and that be the Cheeto. The Cheeto was doubling. You know, Cheeto's shifting on the Chinese tariffs this morning. I'm like, let me get up here and talk about that. And I ain't even talked about that. Yeah. You'll say, yep. It's so interesting. I can read the answers and what you're saying and know exactly which topic it falls under. Yep, Monique told that fool. And see, this girl is younger than his daughters. Talking about Shannon. Okay, get right on back in here. Oh, I don't. Okay, Charlotte Pastor Caldwell said getting the two peas from the same place is a no-no. Moving right along. How is the orange? How about the orange Mussolini? He still lives, Colleen. He lives. And he's still going back on his way, going back on another word, going back on the tariffs with China. I got almost my stuff off of Temu. Got a Temu now. Almost everything, yeah. Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Hey, Sheila, I didn't see you there. Okay. Hola, Yogi. Okay. Ooh, I always thinking with it. I have a quick question. I am making some moves and God has shown me to wait. Then you wait, Allison. What is your question? Allison, my arm's too short to box with God. Explain that to her, Charlotte Pascal. Hey, no, you don't ask those questions. You. This is where your faith comes in. This is where you come pump yourself up with the knowledge that you're going to be great. Okay, no, you don't ever ask how, when, all this other stuff. The questions that pop up. No, you don't ever. When you ask how, when, where, you putting in energies, that's delaying it. And things have got to be unfolded in a certain way so that universal energy can come in and do what it needs to do. Otherwise, you shorten it, you block it, you just do all kinds of things. Okay. Mm-hmm. And Janelle's Beth, he'd be fine if he'd been out there with somebody who was age appropriate and kinky, who had as much to lose as he. Mm-hmm. An IOU paper. He might. Yogi says, "You mean Trump will give you an IOU paper slip?" He might. Mm-hmm. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Urban Guru. Hello. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing because I think that's the guy who says second marriages are an institution for adultery. Okay. Hello, Karen. How are you? How are you? When is the mosquitoes on his way out now? Oh no, he's. Mm-hmm. And do you remember my readings that always kept up? They always had this boat on it. I'm beginning to feel that was believe, not feel. That was Elon's boat. Elon has his boat docked down there in Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, but he's in Hawaii, Ariana. Keanu Reeves is in Hawaii. Have you seen his house? Yeah, he doesn't spend a dime on anything. Yes, Keanu Reeves is very, very frugal. Yes, but I'm not sure if he has $100 million like that. But no, no, you just because you have Julia Roberts even caught a greyhound, but that is not an everyday thing that you do because if they know who you are on that bus and you take that bus every day, I guarantee that one of those times you take that bus, you're going to end up with a gun in your face. Okay. Oh, your summer veggies. What you got? Lavender. Ooh, that would be nice. That sounds so nice, Karen. I'm trying to figure out what I want out here on my porch now. I better go do something. Will I be able to travel? I mean, do you absolutely have to go, Rose? Because I feel funny. I mean, it's not. It doesn't feel as bad as I did feel last week about traveling outside of the United States and not being able to get back in. Now where did I put it? Keeps falling. Let's keep it in my hand. Um, I don't think anybody really should be leaving America right now unless they're leaving. Let's see. Well, Rose M.H. Mitchum, will she be able to safely travel to Croatia and return? Will she be able to safely travel to Croatia and return safely? That is a no. That's a yeah. That's a no. No, no, Rose. At your own risk, no. Must better not run. Yeah, he could. He's gonna get out before they get to subpoenas. That's what he's got. A lot of people who can uh, run interference for him. Oh, I don't know. Barbara, I ask myself that question every time I see him do something stupid on the news. I have no idea because it's not about chronology. It's not about chronological time. It's about events and what he has done and what needs to be in place. I have no idea what that is. Who's Reeves? 380? Okay, then he better stop taking that damn bus. What? Oh, anybody here from Hawaii rides the bus with millionaires? I mean, I've been on the buses and I've seen actors get on there, but it's not an everyday thing. It's that, okay, here's a bus. I need to get up here. Let me just take. Sometimes they take the bus to get a feel of the character that they're portraying on TV. He was on Homicide. The guy. and I can't remember. He was an actor, the light skinned one. Oh boy, I can't remember his. He's also a director now. I can't remember his name. If I see him on TV, he's still acting, but I don't see him every day. On the subway, yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, okay. So he likes to travel. He better watch that. I would not advise that because the people know he has money. When people who don't have money know who he has money, that's why I do not advise that. Mm-mm. Ariana, I'm serious when I say I would not leave the United States just right now because with all this foolishness going on, we're the most hated country in the world right now. Where the hell are you going? I mean, it might be. I'd be afraid to go to the Bahamas. Let me ask, but I mean, because of um, let's ask Ariana. Where are you going? What is the cruise? Are cruises safe to No. Look at the. Hold on. Let's do it again. Americans traveling on the cruise. Is it safe for Americans to travel on the cruise? Is it safe for Americans to? That's a no. That's no. Let me test it. Let's see. I'm 70 years old. Okay, that's a yes. That's true. Uh, I'm a virgin who's never been touched. Okay, it's still working. It's still working. So, okay. Grand Madam, was there anything else in Christy Puppy Killer Bear? What's the Christy Puppy Killer Bear? Ooh, I don't know. I know. It was weird. And it was like a slap in her face. Oh, you so bad. Let's see what you do. But that could have been karma too. Um, I want to read that. Hold on a second. Is my Do you mind if I take a bite out of a sandwich? Can you get me a?
How long you gonna be on?
I don't know, but I just got asked a real interesting question, so I'm gonna be on there. um, let's ask, what happened to Christy Norms or Kristen Norms? What was the purse snatching about? What was Christy knowing losing her purse about? What was that theft about? Thank you. Oh, thank you. What was that about? Christy knowing losing her purse. What was that about? Eight of Cups. Thing it happened quickly. Okay, that was the attack. Attack the king, huh? A small offer. Let me look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The cards are reading weird. That's her. Supposedly, they got the person who snatched her purse. Was it a kid? Teenager? A king of one big kid. See, this is another thing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This reminds me of where was she? Do you remember where was she? Because the conflict is at the end. This this is exactly what I'm talking about. You're in the wrong place trying to be rich. Um, quick withdrawal. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is first. This is second. So the attack was fast. And it looks like she was leaving when she was hit. And this to me is like a teenager maybe, or maybe younger kid, exposed or seen. She looked like somebody wealthy, rich, a star. And that's what drew the attention, the wrong attention. It drew the wrong attention. That's why her money was taken from her, or her purse was taken. And now here we have, was she working on something for T-Rump at the time? Because he felt a little bad about that. And we have the tables turning here. It's weird. Well, tables turned on Miss Legal here. Is she a governor or something, right? Yeah. Victory. Holding her own. Basically, to me, it looks like the universe was saying you might be all that back in your neighborhood, but right here, out here with the people, you got jacked. That's what it looks like. Karma, kind of. This is what I'm talking about when you're out. Well, I don't know where was she? Where is showing off with the guns? I'm gonna see if I can see what it looked like where she got robbed. Okay, Kristen. Kristen. N-O, that's it. Stolen from a DC restaurant. What restaurant was this? No, she's Homeland Security. I said she was governor, but she's Homeland Security now. Oh, come on. None of these.
It can happen in an instant. A thief casually walks up and snatches a woman's handbag. This guy isn't so obvious. Her purse is on the floor next to her foot. Now watch as he stealthily kicks it over. Seconds later, he bends down, puts his coat over the handbag, and strolls out of the restaurant. The same thing has just happened to Christine O, the Secretary of Homeland Security.
Was your bag stolen at dinner? Can you tell me any details about that?
No, the so-called Ice Barbie was enjoying Easter dinner with her family, including 4 grandchildren, at the popular DC restaurant, the Capitol Burger, when a thief swiped her bag. 2 Secret Service agents were nearby, but apparently didn't see what was
Didn't see a
happening.
damn thing.
So brazen and so frightening.
According to reports, Christine Nome
There it
placed
is.
her handbag underneath the table, like so many of us women do when we go out to eat. The thief was wearing a medical mask and used his foot to swipe the bag, and it was quite a haul. Inside, her passport, driver's license, DHS access badge, and $3,000 in cash, which she intended to use to pay for dinner.
I have a question.
81 nations just met in Russia, plotting to
Was the person who swiped Christy Nome's bag an agent? No. Was the person who swiped Christy Nome's bag just a regular thief? A professional thief, then. She got hit. That's all. I can't see my glasses. And she just got hit. People who have money like that don't understand how to protect themselves in this in DC anyway. DC, come on. DC. She put her purse on the floor under the table. This guy came by kicking her purse. Oh, geez. Where did I put the rest of the cards? And she missed it. Folks, I'm wrapping this up now. Yeah, I have to. My lunch is getting cold. My daughter made me lunch. Oh, the who do tell us not to put. No, you don't put your purse on the floor. You're absolutely right. It can happen. Yeah, no. I keep mine in my lap. I just, where's the purse is upstairs now. I just have it in my lap, in between my legs. Now you go digging down in there, you might something might jump out at you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who in the world pays that much cash for dinner? Oh yeah, no, that's not unreal. That's not people on that level, Ariana. This is what I'm talking about. This person knew. He knew. It was a nice score. Mm-hmm. Well, that's not what the older people use cash, babe. Younger people use credit cards. You have your credit cards and you have your cash. You have to keep a balance straight. But when you're walking around in some place like DC, number one, looking like that, you've got money. They target you. And that was an easy target, too. I wonder how much he made that day. Okay. Yeah, they carrying that much. Because they're going to spend that much on dinner, or they might go pick up a purse or something. Yeah, sure. It's not unreasonable. There goes, look. Hi, Terry. Hi, Rhonda. Folks, my voice is gone. It's almost gone. So I'm going to have to, and I'm yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Okay. Okay, my darlings. I'm going to have to go. I will see you maybe tomorrow. I don't know. See, I'm going to work with this now because I was fine. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're always welcome. Much love to you all. And I will talk to you soon. Mm-hmm.